Welcome back, y'all. And as y'all know what today is, if you don't know what today is, I know I got right into it because y'all know what today is. I just watched it, and I'm pretty sure if you seen it, you already watched it. Um, we talk about the Hogwarts Legacy gameplay showcase part two. I had noticed a bunch of stuff, and I want to talk about it. Some words that was said, stuff like that or whatever. So that's what this is about. I am super excited to share this with y'all and to talk about it and everything like that, right? Okay. So these are what they're gonna go over: flight in the open world, combat deep dive, and rule requirement. Y'all should know everybody who's here. Okay.
Even see some beasts.
We saw some
And we're
beasts.
starting right where we.
First thing first, since we already here, look at the drip. The drip is immaculate. Look at it. Excuse me, I'm still sick. Still battling a cold. That's all it is. Look at Hogwarts, how it looks. You can see the things on the right hand side with the R2 button. Those are your spells. But look at the coat, bro. Look at the drip. It's immaculate. Could have made them black, but whatever. Hey, it is what it is. I am super excited for this.
Castle after walking through everything,
Look at
and
this,
then just
bro.
come out here and take off on your broom out into the open world. And Alan, I know that's something that you particularly like about Hogwarts Legacy too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of just being able to hop on the broom and, and go anywhere. There's something about kind of like the
It just
sensation
looks
of
so
everything
good.
being open to you, and just I love the proximity that I can get to things. I love flying close to the ground, and and I kind of wanted to talk about it just because I feel like the brooms are fun for me, not just because of all those feelings of exhilaration,
Like,
but,
all right,
but because they're not.
you care to like make mentions of it because I heard it. If you heard it, if you had your headphones on, you probably heard it. Your character says, "Let's investigate" as it goes forth out into the world to look for stuff. Right? That's dope. Look at this broom. This is an early edition broom. This ain't your regular Nimbus 6000 or whatever. This is an early broom, and they talk about that.
Not just I have a broom and it's done. I actually kind of like some of the mechanics in it. So you see in the lower right, there's a meter there, and occasionally as Andrew's kind of flying up or flying down, you might notice it draining or not. And this isn't the present day where all the broom technology is well known and advanced and everything that we know and love. This isn't.
By present day, he means the 90s. Because 90s Hogwarts, and that's when they had the coolest shit, apparently.
Earlier time where they're still trying to figure out, we're not at
30-year
3000 yet,
difference.
we're at the 11. So.
Oh my goodness! I'm just so speechless right now because this is just so beautiful. The world just looks so. By the way, the broom, is that like the only one, or can you like upgrade
Like,
the broom to go faster?
Yeah, so we have a shop in Hogsmeade, actually a broom shop. And so that sells a variety of different brooms. And it was important to us that the player could customize.
you're gonna be a
themselves
Hogsmeade a
based
lot.
on their aesthetic. So they're purely
Like,
cosmetic.
from what I understand, you're gonna be a
If
Hogsmeade a
you talk
bunch.
to the shopkeep and help him out, he'll actually sell
Dueling
upgrades.
feats.
Yeah, and those upgrades will make it so that where normally the broom you can only fly, you can only go at max
And you
speed, so
walking,
you
and
throw
somebody
the
just
meter down,
whoosh
you can
past your
only
head.
go at max
Bro, come on,
speed
chill.
without the meter going down, kind of closer to the ground. And as you raise into the air, you'll notice the meter drop. And so
That's
those
so
upgrades
dope.
will allow you to increase that distance from the ground.
The
And
wind, you can hear
the
it,
broom
bro.
owner at the sporting goods store in Hogsmeade is trying to perfect the broom and get better at it and know it better, and you can participate that and get better and better brooms through it.
And I love that mechanic encourages you to actually explore the world and kind of stay close to the ground. It's not just a travel mechanic, point A to point B. You're not just flying high over everything, although it is beautiful, something I really love doing, but as well, there's lots to explore on the ground, and so kind of keeping you down at the ground
And
level.
to me, it feels
Yo,
like it's got this kind of surfing vibe over the.
Oh
over
my
the
god! Like
thing.
I'm just like I want to snatch the controller from Andrew right now because I want to go to the mountaintop, I want to go to the forest, and to that hamlet, or I don't know if that's how it's called. I think that's what it is.
No, it's awesome. We're actually gonna land here, and I feel like that you call it a hamlet is is just perfect, just because that's what we refer to it as. And so we all know from lore that Hogsmeade is the only all wizarding village within Britain. But we wanted other opportunities to kind of meet other characters out here.
Look
and
at
kind of
this.
populate the landscape, so it's not just kind of barren.
My favorite thing about this is that there are black wizards out here doing their thing, bruh, with the hustle, getting their black wizard money.
As you leave out this direction and that direction. And so we just imagine these different dwellings, these different smaller locations that wizards might live in out in the Scottish Highlands.
And you interact
So
with
it's
Tippet.
and so we refer to those as hamlets, and they're opportunities to learn those wizard stories, how those different locations have kind of like learned to live, what their relationships are with characters at Hogsmeade and Hogwarts. And so they're both quest opportunities out here and a chance to kind of get to know more of the area.
There's a lot of quest opportunities out there looking at.
Experienced. And you also notice on the mini map like lots of little icons, and each one of those represents gameplay in the hamlets that you can participate in. Whether it's a vendor.
All right. You go to Hogsmeade, Oranshire, Lower Hogsfield, Brockborough. Danger. I can't see what the other one says. Graveyard. Okay, gotta go to a graveyard apparently.
Or different puzzles and challenges or different secrets that exist. Each one of those icons are different opportunities for gameplay. And you'll notice that same thing as we venture out into the open world as well. So when you go out into the open world and you see those icons, whether they're on the mini map or on your map or off in the distance, those things are opportunities to say, like, I want to increase my inventory capacity. They're puzzles left behind.
I assume the
old
chests
wizards,
are
that you can
chests.
solve that actually
You know,
grant you those. If you see ruins
Flume
off
powder,
off in the distance and
fast
you visit them,
travel.
you might find opportunities to actually expand and learn about your ancient magic. And as you kind of encounter different enemies.
All right, we got flume powder for fast travel, chest on there. I don't know what the feathers are, but that's dope. Standing stones,
So each one has kind of like a way to
spells.
and provide different opportunities that just kind of reward you for poking around.
I mean, I right away went and just cover all of those points on the map. Just makes
That-
Well, we've flown on a broom already, but there is something that we haven't done so far, and that is getting on our flying mount. We're going to hop on our Onyx Hippogriff here. The Onyx Hippogriff is our pre-order bonus.
Whoosh! Look at it. Out the bag.
the back. Oh wait, you can use it as a horsey. I mean, a horse. I mean, that is
You just ride it.
Yeah, as a hippogriff, you can totally ride it.
And it
like a
just
mount,
takes
and you
off.
can
Look at
whip it up
this.
into the air. And we tried to make sure.
So Thornback Scryers, which I assume I wish I could turn my camera so I could see it better. Which I assume are the enemies in the right hand side to it.
That each
Yeah, those are the giant freaking spiders, so I could tell.
into the air, and we
See,
tried to make sure that
you can see it. I will definitely. Wait, actually, you can't. Hold on, wait. You can see it underneath the wing of the hippogriff. I will zoom in on this as much as I can to get y'all better shots on everything that I see. Thornback Scryer, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of the spiders being in here, but I will have to deal with it because that's how you get a lot of stuff. So
that each of those interactions, so the broom's really good at reaching that top speed, at kind of traveling the world as quickly as possible. But sometimes it's really nice to get on the hippogriff because of that ground speed or those transitions. And sometimes it just feels amazing just to be riding around on a hippogriff. Yeah, it really is kind of like.
So the enemies notice you even though you're above them.
And it's a great feeling managing those transitions, kind of going from run to fly and just being able to go wherever you want. And we tried to make sure that those
See?
each one of these things that you
Like,
yeah, it really is kind of like I don't know. It's a great feeling being on it, and it's a great feeling managing those transitions, kind of going from run to fly and just being able to go wherever you want. And we tried to make sure that
they're down there.
so that each one of these.
I couldn't pause it in time to make sure I could just rewind it, but I'll figure it out.
And, oh my god, like I see like different like.
Slow loyalist assassin.
Area. But wait, can you go to like entire map anywhere you go? There are regions that are like blocked from you?
Yeah,
or,
as soon as you, there's kind of a moment where the world kind of opens up to you outside of Hogwarts as a student, and right from that moment, early on in the game, you can go wherever you want.
So when you can start flying, you can start going. That's what they're telling me. The second you can go, you can get out the castle to get your broom, get your mount, or whatever. You out there. You can do whatever you want to. And for what I understand, that correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, is that a lot of the classes will be like side missions. And I was very, very hooked on the side missions, the classes in Bully. So this probably won't be no different.
And so you might find more difficult challenges in different areas, and you'll see different spots as Andrew's moving around, like you mentioned, the swamp. But there, we have got like a coast, and we've got different types of environments out in the world just to kind of pepper your experience, reward you for exploring, keep things fresh. All those things exist as we're moving around.
So cool. And I love that windmill. It's like so rustic. Like I keep forgetting that this is like 1800s. The Wizarding World we've never really seen before. Like it feels so authentic. Like it's part of it.
Yeah, I love this vista too, and I'm gonna have Andrew.
All right, so like, so far they notice you, whether you're above them on broom or mounts. It's like a little scene they dancing because there's magic and whatnot happening. I'm not gonna show all of this. Like this looks amazing.
This is so pretty. Like it looks so realistic. Oh my god, it changes the landscape like completely.
So now I'm wondering, like, will it change like the animals you see? Like, because that's how you get a lot of animals from requirement. You got to go rescue them out there in the wild. So I wonder, depending on the season, depending on what animals you get, because I have theories on that. Like, because you can go to the Black Lake, so maybe you'll get some mermaids or other underwater creatures, or you go to Black Forest and maybe you'll get one of them damn spiders. I don't want one of them damn spiders. I just don't. It's gonna die. But the next thing they talked about was the dark arts arena, where you go and you use the ability to fight. And they kept a lot of stuff on that hush hush, and I loved it.
Which is part of the deluxe and digital deluxe edition. I love the way that
If you
actually
don't own the deluxe edition because you couldn't afford it, or your funds wasn't looking right, or you thought you got it, they didn't, and you got screwed out of it, because that happens. You can buy the Dark Arts pack separately, which is dope.
part of the world. It's
Look at
integrated
that.
into the
That
world.
again.
Your
The drip,
experience is more immersive.
immaculate.
Just choosing an option from the main menu of the game or something like that.
Reason to go to the Forbidden Forest.
Exactly. There are many reasons.
You
to
can
go to
hear
the
them
Forbidden
crawling.
Forest. He's also wearing the Dark Arts cosmetic set, and here he's pulling out the Thestral, which is
The Thestral, baby.
part of that Dark Arts pack from the deluxe and digital deluxe edition.
Are they going to explain why you have a Thestral and why you can see them? Because that's kind of important to me. I won't know if it's important to a lot of y'all, but it's important to me. I imagine something happened, you can. So
We're going full
Boom
Dark
powder.
Arts here.
That's good. That's fine. Going down.
But I like this this battle arena. It is a great place to show off really combat in a big way, because it unlocks some interesting abilities for you and allows you to really play around with combat in a deep way.
And is this like the only arena like this?
So, another thing I had peeped out, and I'm gonna let my screen settle for a second before I talk about it more, was this game tells you where you are, like in Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights tells you where you were at all times. In the bottom left-hand corner, you kind of see it says North Hogwarts region. Don't see the bar's not gonna go away, but anyway, it's there.
It's in the game. Or you
Take
can,
North Hogwarts
Yeah,
region.
so in the base game, we have 2 combat arenas normally.
All right, I keep pausing it because I keep wanting to talk about shit. Like, so when I hear certain terms, it makes me think of a lot. And one of the things he said
It's in
here,
the game where you can like practice. And
Yeah,
do.
so in the base game, we have 2 combat arenas normally, and so everyone has
In the
access
base game, that implies that there will be more DLC than the PS5 exclusive stuff. So I'm with that.
to those. And each of the combat arenas are an opportunity to kind of just go through a difficult combat challenge, fight through multiple waves, in order to earn a different cosmetic for your character and add that to your collection. In the case of that's no different than the Dark Arts Battle Arena. That's also
Fight
true,
waves of
the
enemies
combat arena. But
with the unforgivable curses.
one of the things that we're excited about in the Dark Arts
Ooh.
Battle Arena that people can do is you come in preloaded with different abilities. So the unforgivable.
So you get
curses are
builds.
something that everyone's gonna
You
have
get
access to
builds.
through the base game and going to be able to earn, and they can make choices in order to kind of like add that to their repertoire.
So the dark green are the unforgivable curses.
With certain talents and things
So
like
you
that.
get builds.
When
You can build
when
up.
you play the Dark
You
Arts
can
Combat
take.
Arena, you actually have access to all those things as kind of like a way to test them all. And so it's a chance to kind of like
So you get builds. You can take items, extra shit in there. I'm real curious about what all you can take.
And again, a great place for us to show off combat in general.
The combat looks so nasty.
Jump in here and just gonna start battling, and we can start talking about everything you're seeing on the screen.
All right.
Adava Kadava. He just gone.
Right away. Oh my God.
He's just gone.
Starting off strong.
Oh my God. Was that crazy? Oh my God. That's so cool.
yeah. So that you'll notice right away, like when we used Avada Kedavra, that guy's health bar went from
This combat reminds me a lot similar to Spider-Man because if you notice,
to
like,
0, and we really are trying to.
I'm probably not able to
the
get
way
a pause on it.
Kedavra works in the game.
Is the light above his head? It kind of lets you know that, hey, this is the threat of an attack coming to you. Red means, hey, this is a major threat. It's unblockable. Other threats are like, hey, you can reflect this back. You can dodge this, stuff like that. So,
Even in some pretty
See?
extreme situations. You'll notice that like the meter takes up a lot longer to
Yeah.
oh yeah, let me just show you how the meter
build
talk
up as
about.
a way to kind of deal with its extreme power, just so that it's still fun to use. And then
There's a combo meter in this game.
talk about
You can loop, you can juggle, you can combo.
I don't know if there are things on the screen that you just have questions about.
Well, like I see like little blue thingies popping from
Yeah.
the enemies. Also, before like that sign. Well, it's like
Look at that.
We call it the ancient magic sign. I don't know if that's how it's called
Yeah.
in the game.
So the
Cursed.
So on the development side and in player facing the game, we reference that as your ancient magic meter.
Oh,
See how it popped up and he was able to dodge? Look at that.
So as your abilities in the game keep growing and you become exposed to some of the secrets about your own kind of history,
So long as your combo meter stay up, you straight.
start
You get more
unlocking
stuff.
powers. So one of those powers, you'll see the R1 button appearing throughout the game. That's an ancient magic throw, we call it, that allows you to kind of like draw an object to you and fling it at an enemy.
okay.
But whenever you see the R1 or the L1 plus R1 appear over somebody's head, that's an ability to cast a very devastating and powerful ancient magic spell to do a ton of damage against the character. And the way
That's
that
so
works
dope. Look at that.
Depends on the type of enemy that you're fighting, and you'll see a wide variety
Boop.
of enemies in here that
Just
play
obliterated.
in different ways. You'll notice there's abilities
That's gonna get overused. I got to nerf that watch.
player as he's fighting that force him to move, and there's different ways that we want
Ooh.
to move around on the battlefield, and that's actually a good link to the ancient magic meter in general. And the reason why I say that is because as you're doing different things in combat, you're protegoing and you're doing different abilities.
Using Protego and then reflect with Stupefy.
Different ways to get that meter to build faster and faster. But one of the most effective base ways to build up that meter fast, that way you can launch these devastating attacks whenever you want to, is to actually perform combos. So you see that combo appearing, and it's almost like your
Like, bro, it is.
basically that built up enough that you can attack someone. But as the combo meter builds up, at some point you strike someone and a piece of their magic kind of falls
See,
out of
he
them
got hit.
blue orbs in
So
the
he lost his
world.
combo meter.
It's something
That
only
was
you can see
dodgeable but unblockable.
in the world. And it's another reason to move around on the battlefield. If you can go up and collect those things and suck them in, they give big jumps to that ancient.
That's an AoE, I bet.
We're talking a lot about about spells and magic here, but I think there's another huge component of combat, and that is the tools that you can bring to combat as well to kind of change the way you play. And I think Mackenzie knows a lot.
That's how you get turn. First of all, turn the man into a chicken.
And so the tools are really interesting because they're basically like a prior investment. So you can bring the potions and the plants that you grow.
Right, what I'm saying.
Requirement to combat. To essentially
Crafting is very important.
defeat enemies a lot quicker and more efficiently. So some of the tools that you'll see here are like the rock skin potion. So that is something that basically covers your skin in this like rocky material that reduces the incoming.
There it
damage
is.
that you're receiving. So against big enemies, hard-hitting enemies like trolls, that's super helpful.
Like, so even though they have like higher level enemies that'll be harder to defeat, if you have the right tools, bro, that won't be a problem. Look at that precision. Oh my god. It's a smack. And then look how fast the Hadava Kadava goes back up. Protect. Boom. Not a lot of damage. One shot. Because that's a one-shot spell.
Yes, and so that's like when we're talking about the setup of the arena. You also have plants that you
Look at it. Let's look at it.
like the venomous tentacula that you can put down, and it acts like a turret, and it just kind of shoots enemies around the battlefield.
That is so cool. This is like a truly like Hufflepuffian way to approach the battle. Yes.
All right. And then with a lot of talk about the combat, they did a lot of combat talking. The thing I want to talk about the most, if I can be the place I spend a lot of my time, and I'm not a Hufflepuff, Slytherin. The room requirement, bro.
Casual mode on the outfit here.
Look at the drip.
And I think that's a
The drip. Just look at him. Look at the Argyle. Like, you know what I'm saying?
for the personalization of the space as well, not just your character and the visuals of your character, but actually this space is a place that you can make your own.
Yeah, it was super important to us that this space really did.
It's fully customizable.
Your reflection as a wizard. So you can change the architecture in here.
What?
Different themes throughout.
Look at this.
Subtly different themes to really just hammer home that this is yours. You
Oh
can
my
change-
god, what? This is beautiful. We never expected that to be. Oh my god.
That's the thing is not only can you change the architecture here, but you can actually conjure little objects into this space, as you can see. So there's like statues that you can do, and ornaments, and tables, and rugs, and just a bunch of little things that really flesh out the space.
So you can make this space your space. I guarantee you there's a way for you to share this with your homies.
But you can do all of this? Where do you even get this stuff? Like, there's a furniture store?
Yeah, so we call them conjurations. And the conjuration recipes can be purchased at Tomes and Scrolls in Hogsmeade.
Tomes and Scrolls, don't forget.
Also, as you engage in different types of gameplay throughout the world, you'll be rewarded
Got that music.
different objects.
That's so cool. And you change color?
You can change the color, you can change the size of it, and you can place it basically anywhere.
Oh my god, it's so tiny. It's like from Baby Niffler.
So you can do so much with this room, bro.
It's not mechanical; it's immersive, and so you get the magical effect of conjuring it in, and you're actually doing this in the world.
Like, it's a whole room up there that you can go to. I assume that's for herbology. Because, man, it's just so much stuff you can do in this game. I'm so excited for it.
As your character, but the way you
Everything in this room is customizable.
design of personalizing the space.
God, like, and I love the animation, how it like appears. You know, like it's not just like there. It's like it almost like evaporates.
It is really quite beautiful, and that was the thing is we wanted that to look really nice because the magic in the wizarding world is everywhere. It's physical, it's kinetic, and it's whimsical. We really wanted to nail that whimsy into the space. Another thing that I wanted to discuss is that not only can you like conjure things and you can change their look, but you can do that with the utility objects as well. So you can see that we have planting pots and potion stations, and you could change the look of those as well. And these are the areas where, as we had mentioned previously, you'll be growing your plants, you'll be brewing your potions.
Right.
So while you're also doing these like kind of nurturing-based activities, this is also the space where you would bring your gear to be identified and gear to have like traits put on it, which I believe Alan can talk to.
So when you get gear and you want to get special, say like you don't like the gear. One of my biggest issues in Gotham Knights was the look of the gear would be trash, but the stats on the gear or the abilities on the gear would be godlike. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to wear this year one looking Nightwing with a cowlick. And here, you can change that apparently. Like, seriously.
Yeah, we keep bringing up appearance and how it looks, and on a, in the game, you can look like anything you want to whenever you want to. But the player will be finding different types of gear, that we call it, as you progress through the game. And essentially, we just know that clothes and different items
Upgrade the drip.
have magical properties.
Upgrade it.
You,
Look good.
As you explore and as you adventure, and as you defeat enemies, you're going to be finding different pieces of gear that.
So it has grades too.
And that can help you.
Superb, extraordinary, legendary.
Growing as a wizard and advancing as a wizard. And so
It's a huge list.
and not all the time, whenever you get a new piece of gear, you don't necessarily know exactly what it does. And so there's a station inside of the room of requirement that you can conjure. It's one of the first things you conjure.
So you can also fast travel here.
Where you can actually bring that gear that you're uncertain about and learn what its abilities are.
Right, yeah. That's
Boom.
And then as the space advances even further, and the space will eventually grow its own rooms, and you're going to get new recipes, like Mackenzie's talking about. All these different things keep expanding, and as it expands, eventually you're going to earn what we see here, which is called a loom. And when you set up a loom, it's an ability
Extraordinary.
to essentially customize exactly which magical properties are on your gear, and take any piece of gear and adjust its properties and to tweak what it does. And I mentioned earlier that you can make anything look like anything. The collection of appearances, we call it, or cosmetics, we've been referring to it in this stream. Those types of things you can use, and you can apply a look to any other look.
So you can have builds. It's like you would in any other game. Get the stuff you need. Like, all right, I'm finna go run up on some goblins. You have Goblin Silver Resistance 1, and I guarantee it'll probably stack. I ain't gonna guarantee it. I'm pretty sure it'll stack. Boom, you go into the forest. Decrease damage taken from spiders. Anti-venom. Like, you can have builds. You can have gear set up for, I explained to mannequins too, set up for builds like you would in Minecraft, Gotham Knights, Spider-Man, like any other game with RPG elements. You can have builds. That is dope.
If you get a piece of gear, you put it on, you look like that, but you can change it to look like whatever you want.
So yeah, if you get gear and you don't like the way it look, go ahead and change it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Match the
And
needs.
appearances you can edit whenever you want in the gear screen. The loom is specifically about applying traits.
Legendary.
And applying larger upgrades that just kind of grant you greater statistical advantage or give you really
Look at that.
specific abilities that blend in nicely with where you're trying to go with your combat fantasy or talents and things like that.
Interesting. I'm just seeing that they're just like pumpkin fur, mooncat fur. Where does that come from?
Yeah, and so you'll notice that the ingredients that are used to add traits and to upgrade your gear are based around beasts. So this is where we get into the beast care section, which is inside this Vivario. Kind of bigger space on the inside.
So in the Lavario, there's a grap horn.
Here we have a couple of beasts out. We have a grap.
If you remember the last video I did, the grap horn is a rideable beast that you rode into a camp. So I imagine if you take care of it, it gets stronger. Because you can take care of all these animals in here. Yo, this game's got some mad depth.
Horn and a mooncalf and a niffler and a kneasel as well. So
Oh my
quite a
God.
variety.
Oh my god, he's just like a big puppy.
They're so
Like a Cthulhu cat.
Oh my got them together. Oh, that's so cute.
They're adorable. And so part of beast care is petting them as well.
So, like in Pokemon, when you go to your camp, you can wash them, scrub them, feed them, share curry with them, all that stuff. You can do that here. If you look, I'm gonna have to change this again.
Well, but feeding them. And so once
Where the
you
R2
feed them,
button is,
that's when they feel
that's
safe
the
enough
care
to
buttons.
give you their magical
Food,
Cat fur, Niffler fur,
brush, toys. Look, the little love over his head.
That is like so like intuitive because like
You know,
it makes sense
Niffler.
because when you touch the animals,
You can breed them.
leftovers. That's so. Oh my god.
Yeah, and we really want to hammer home the fact that this is
So you
like
can
a
get your
whole
new
new
Scamander
world.
on.
So in the overland, you can find these beast dens and rescue these beasts. Part of doing
So you can also preload
catching
them.
and feeding them food as well.
That's what the
and
other
keeping
button
that
is.
relationship with your
So you got R2 and right is feed, R2 and bottom is to brush, R2 and left is to preload them into your bag so you can use them out in the field. I imagine like you would use Niffler if you needed to grab some stuff while you was in a situation. I'm not sure what you would use a Mooncat for, but the Graphorn, that's a rideable, destroyable beast right there.
In addition to be able to care for beasts, you can actually conjure things in this space as well.
The house, the cottage.
Yeah, right. And
Easel.
so we have like a lot of little ornaments in this area, and a lot of them are purely cosmetic, but they look really cool. Again, it's the personalization.
So everything you can do in there is just like stuff that you can do, make it look, just make it feel like your own, make it more comfortable for your animals. I assume you can go everywhere because that's like the biggest thing they talk about is you being able to go everywhere, right? All right, and here's the last thing that they had to show. I think this is the Slytherin common room. There's a book there. I believe that is for the field guide from the pages to collect around. Don't quote me on that. But I am super excited for this. I am make sure I get the deluxe edition on PS5. My wife is also getting it. She wants to get it on the Switch. I had offered to get it on PC. And she could play it on PS5, but that's not what she wanted. So, thank y'all again for so much time and effort y'all put into helping me get this channel to where it is. Thank y'all for watching all my Let's Talk About It. And this ain't no different, but we're talking about the Hogwarts Legacy because we only got about 2-ish months till it's out. I'm more excited about this. This comes out 4 days before my birthday, and I don't even care. I'm just like, yeah, let me get this game because I know what I'm doing. So yeah. I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to hear what y'all want to say about it. Tell me the house you going to. Tell me what you're looking forward most to about it. Tell me everything. Like the video, comment, share it with your homies. I appreciate you. We are 3 subs away from 80. But until then, we will be resuming back soon with some God of War or something else. I got other things on my sleeves. But until then, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Latest.